Hello dear viewer and welcome back to this Bastion Let's Play on iPad. As you can see, some stuff went down at the Bastion. We've got a little friend here, and Z is back. We've got all the who knows where.
Walls floated by, so I caught the kid's old knapsack.
Yep, we've got Zulf's pipe, the kid's knapsack, Z's cooking pot, and number 4, Rucks history books. And other than that, yeah. Another thing to keep note of is in New Game Plus, once you upgrade the cores and their buildings with shards, you will get 2,500 fragments, which is pretty nice. It means you can easily upgrade pretty much everything you've got. You don't have to worry about it. It'll happen naturally. I'm also level 10, so now I can equip everything at the Distillery, which is over here. Yeah, we'll just add a couple random ones. There we go. Alright. So yes, this is not the best build ever. Just to kind of give a hint of what I do for my weapons is I basically set them to either do more damage or fire faster. Sometimes you have to go for the effect because it's too good to pass up, like stunning. With the Brusher's Pike, oh man. So good when you can stun. Anyway, this episode is going to focus on the Proving Grounds. So, in New Game Plus, you can unlock all of them again. So let's go check them out. First is Windbag Ranch.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
So, we can still do this challenge. And, as you can note in New Game Plus, you can get the materials you need to upgrade your items for free again. So, if you want to save some fragments, just go straight to New Game Plus, collect more stuff. You can also get those skills, yay! Let's see. Well, let's start, shall we? So the trick with this one is go straight for the squirt production machines. Don't let them stick around. That means you have less stuff to kill later, and you can go faster. And I think I have the serrated edge on a test build. Alright. Right. And that is Graver Gimlet. It lets you deal more damage. We can ignore the turrets because they're not important. We gotta get these squirts though. I should have saved these in the corner for last. So let's try. Boop, boop. Alright. We do have to take out the turrets. I had forgotten.
Kid carves through all of them in a flash.
So, I believe as long as you get underneath a minute, you can get first prize. Yay! I did not make notes on this one, so that is my fault. But you can get something sharp, something pointy, I believe. Yep, and the Ghost Blade skill, which I did show off in an earlier episode of the Let's Play. So if you want to see that, you can. Basically, an after image of the kid will shoot across the screen and take out everything in a line. It's pretty good, especially if you go crit, I think. Yeah, I do not believe that I had the best build for the serrated edge there.
Well, the kid's gone and struck terror in the hearts of squirts everywhere.
Yeah, for most of these proving grounds, you really don't need everything to be fully upgraded, which is very nice. So now, Windbag Ranch is clear. Can't go back. But the Breaker Barracks we can go to. Yoink. So for this one, I think you can actually beat this just by pure skill. However, with the iPad, it's a little harder to time your shots because it will automatically shoot. So I highly recommend upgrading a little bit before trying this. Just like with speed. Because you want to try and get into a line so that you can take out all 3.
He's feeling real proud of that shot.
There we go. And I believe you have to get underneath 30 seconds for first prize. As you can see, a fully upgraded Breaker's Bow makes mincemeat of this entire challenge. Yoink. So we got something stringy. We got the Breaker's Volley. And we got something fancy. Yay! Now, if you ever need to redo a challenge, you just hit this button.
Kid ain't had enough of the Breaker's Barracks.
That's right, Rucks. Let's do it again. Because I'd like to line up my shots better.
Takes practice.
Ah!
And a mighty strong
Nope. Oh well. But yeah, if you roll, that will cause him to shoot quickly. So that's something to keep in mind. I think I was slower on that one. Sadness.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge.
Now, Rucks will say different things depending on how well you do on the challenges. So if you want to listen to all 3 of his little things, you can get 3rd prize, come back, listen to it. You'll learn what 2nd prize is, and then you can go back, meet that limit, and once you do 2nd prize, it'll let you know how much you need for 1st prize. Regardless, by this point, I believe I've already got all the skills unlocked that aren't in the Lost and Found. Let's see, we got Trigger Blitz, Ghost Blade, Breaker Volley, Dancing Shot, Dual Decider. Yeah, so honestly, you don't need to go back for skills. And the upgrades can be found in the game still. Another nice thing I found about New Game Plus is you really don't need to activate the idols in order to level up to level 10 quickly. Just playing through the game again, doing all the who knows where, and just continuing the game will in fact get you to level 10. It's pretty nice. Now, Slinger Range is honestly the easiest proving ground on iPad. All you have to do is walk around the edge and wait for the targets to appear.
Faster than the Slingers. They could shoot their pistols with the speed of a machine.
I don't believe I had any upgrades when I did this in the Let's Play. So all we're going to do
just when to start shooting,
walk around the edge.
and when to stop.
Aha, there you go. And since I got ricocheting bullets, oh wow, this is going to go fast.
Those pistols
And you
could spit out rounds just as quick as you can pull the trigger.
Yep. Pretty easy on iPad. No need for upgrades.
Comes down to reflexes.
It's one of the reasons why the dueling pistols were one of my favorite first weapons to upgrade. They are consistently good throughout the game, and you can really change up how they work. I actually decided to go switch from target penetration rounds to the ricocheting ones. Because that way they're more like area of effect weapons that fire really, really fast.
I gotta say, kid's the fastest shot I ever seen.
Yeah, and I think the score... Ooh, I'm not sure how high it has to be, but I believe somewhere around the 500 range first prize. Not sure. Onward! Now, one other important point to make
He blew
is
through
that in
Slinger
New
range like it
Game
was nothing.
Plus, each of these buildings that you unlock will already have their ultimate whateverness. So the arsenal will basically be the true arsenal as soon as you build it. And once again, once you use a shard to upgrade it, you get 2,500 fragments, just straight up. It's pretty nice. Other than that, if you are ever having difficulty with one of the proving grounds, the loading screen before you get in is pretty helpful. So here it's giving us information on the scrap musket. Get close and you'll deal more damage. Alright. I believe I increased the range of the scrap musket, which is really nice. Boom.
The trick was to pop all those
Take
nasty
that.
gourds without wasting ammo.
So the trick here is you want to try and push as many of them off the edge at a time as you can.
Funny thing about Musket,
So that is that. Oh, the musket is good. So let's see what we get. Something coarse. Something foul. And I believe... no. Scrap salvo. That's it. I had the wrong skill in my brain. Yeah, it's a pretty fun one. I would suggest also possibly upgrading this one, though I think you can do it without too many upgrades, as long as you place your shots pretty well. Let's see. Next on the list. Alright, Bullhead Court. So, Bullhead Court in the first game, just, you know, starting the game, playing it straight up, you can get about 3,000 fragments for first prize, combined with everything else. And as long as you get around 7 hits, no more, no less. Boom. For this trial, I highly recommend getting the Spirit, which lets you counter block with an extra 100% time added on. Super, super important to have, unless you're just incredible at this game and there is no lag.
The Bullhead trial taught folks 3 things. First, the good defense is good offense. Second,
so time does not matter here. What does matter is countering properly. So feel free to maneuver yourself as much as you need to. And apparently I'm just bad at this now. There we go. So yes, this one can take some time. I think you can do it without any upgrades or spirits. But yeah, for these guys, you kind of want to wait till they start swinging on down. Oh, what? Oh, I missed. There we go. I missed the button. How terrible. You can move with the shield up, which is kind of nice if you need to reposition yourself. Good. There we go. Those guys are faster. See, this one was here first. And I missed. Great. Alright, one more time. Thank you very much. Oh, I still took a hit. So, not great. Not a great showing. For the squirts, you have to wait till they kind of swell up, and then... oh well. Stab Synth is the liquor that I currently have, which causes those little spikes to shoot out of me. Apparently that is also useful in this, so good to know. Oh wow. That was better than I had planned. Yoink. Okay, so scumbags, their eyes get big. You can also see them kind of 1, 2, oh. 1, 2, oh. Get out of the way. Okay, so you can get 8 hits and still take first prize. So my guess is 10 hits or less gives you first prize. So that's 251. That's 502. That's 3004. So in total, you can get 3,000 fragments out of this. Yay. But yeah, with New Game Plus, you really don't need to try and grind levels or anything at the end of the first game, which is really nice. Rucks also has some new dialogue in some small areas, like at the beginning of the game. I did try to show that in the video. Do I want to buy this stuff? Yeah, why not? Oh, another thing is, yes, you can see here, I did not have to buy everything from Lost and Found in order to fully upgrade all my weapons. Maybe for completion's sake, I'll just buy everything. But the little red star means everything has been bought for that weapon. So yeah. Here are my weapons. They're pretty. I like them. I still don't know the best build for everything, but we will probably talk about that. For the Scrapyard, you definitely want to give the Cell Hammer more attack, power.
The city's unwanted things all met their end in the yard.
Critical chance doesn't seem to matter as much for this one, because you can't really crit the boxes as far as I can tell.
Smashing things to bits.
Okay. I also liked playing with the controller on this one better, because you could swing as you were walking more easily. Okay. And you can roll and break some of the smaller things, so that is a trick as well. I'm sure that there's a best path for this. I don't know it. But I think going south and then up and around is probably the best. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I was wondering if falling would in fact be helpful. But no. Okay, and I don't think I got first prize. I think it has to be under 30 seconds. Yep. Alright. Let me double check that, however. It's under 35 seconds. There we go. So we get something heavy, and I think something wrong. So yeah, this is the hardest proving ground in my opinion. Just because if you get your timing off, and so on and so forth, then it doesn't work out very well. And you feel like an old man who doesn't know how to play games. Anyway, if you're me. We'll go this way this time. You do not have to break everything, so that is nice. You just need to get most of the things. Okay, okay. Give me more stuff to break, please. Thank you. That's right. I was once a mason on the rippling wall, and now I will crush everything that makes me fall. There we go. And then we get Stunning Wall. Booyah. Okay. Which is a pretty good skill. I personally don't like the Sail Hammer as much as the other weapons, but
that time it just plain destroyed it.
Booyah. And there we go. Galleon Mortar, Boundless Bay. It's pretty nice. This is a really great way to also get the Vigil for the Galleon Mortar.
Force to simulate explosive impact on the surface of the sea. Galleon skippers needed to be patient, needed to fire at just the right times.
Okay. So on iPad, all you really need to do is let it figure itself out. Now, what I have currently also increases the radius of the Galleon Mortar's explosions. So that really helped. It took me a lot more time when I first did this. I did upgrade it a little bit. Oh. Apparently the Galleon Mortar sees something to attack there. Interesting. Yeah, that is one issue with the iPad version, is that your auto-targeting will go off, and once you hit the shield, you fire, right? So, if you see like one squirt off in the corner, your mortar may automatically try and attack that rather than the big group that you need to hit. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So off we will go to the next proving ground. Yeah, so first prize is underneath 25 seconds for Boundless Bay. You then get the skill Bomb Barrage. Alright. What's next? Fang repeater? Yeah. Trapper Shingle. So you want to destroy all 64 targets without falling. And I upgraded the Fang repeater with 2 upgrades on the left side, 1 on the right for increased damage, and so on and so forth. I basically did increased damage, clip size, and reload speed. I had to be kind of careful, but it worked out. Now, at its full rank, it has homing missiles, basically, which do make this a lot easier. Now, I'll wait here for a second, because, as you can see, this path is going to fall apart behind you. Now, with those 3 upgrades, I was constantly moving, and the trick was basically move, shoot, as you're reloading, then move, because you can reload as you're rolling. And then you don't waste any time because you have to stand still to use the Fang repeater. Unless you upgrade it to something that doesn't require that. Yeah. So I would say make sure the damage spread isn't on, because that means your shots will not be as accurate here. And you really do need accuracy for this one, so then you're not wasting bullets. Alright, we got something nasty. I think something greasy? Yep, something greasy. And then, I'm trying to remember what that last thing is. The snooze dart, which I never really got to work well for me. But that's me. Hopefully you will have better luck.
The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle.
I hope so, Rucks. Alright, next. This has quickly become one of my favorite weapons, the Brusher's Pike. I forgot how good it was. You increase its range, you let it stun, and it's pretty good. So for this one, you don't actually need to destroy all the enemies. You just need to get all 6 switches under a minute to receive first prize. You will get the skill, Brusher Sweep, as your reward.
It's a dangerous test.
So once again, you can cheese this proving ground just by running through everything and not dying. Like I am currently doing. But I currently have the Brusher's Pike with increased crit and damage, reach. No! You can die and continue. Graver Gimlet. Basically just makes your damage better. So we've got 2 switches remaining. I'm going to try to run through the rest. Kid. So Kid's auto attacks will make this harder on iPad, which is why upgrading the Brusher's Pike I think is pretty useful, especially damage, so then you can just get rid of the targets that prevent you from winning. Because then the kid gets distracted, and then he's not doing his job, and you gotta roll into more danger. But yeah, you could cheese this whole challenge just by running through it with infinite lives on, probably. Anyway, we got something nasty. And we got the Brusher Sweep.
Once you started the course,
and I just fell off there because I could. Yep. Nope. Anyway. So that was Camp Dauncy.
The wilds ain't so scary now, are they?
No, they aren't. Because that Brusher's Pike is amazing. Opinion me. The Trigger Hill will let us see the carbine in action. You need to get 35 seconds or less for first prize. I think I got 27 seconds with about 3 upgrades on this thing. One trick to this proving ground is you need to move to the edge of this entire thing. Otherwise, yeah, you're not going to be able to hit the furthest targets on the iPad version, because the kid won't auto-target on them, and he won't see them. You can counter these guys, strangely enough. But, wow, that really hurt. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Okay, so as you saw there, my carbine had not locked on. And there we go. Yep. So I would suggest getting increased reload speed and so on and so forth. Another trick is to just take the damage and keep firing, unlike I did right there. But I would say take the damage and keep firing is probably a better idea. We got the Trigger Blitz skill for our efforts. Yoink.
The Ceylondian army would have recruited him in a flash.
They should have. But no, they didn't. Okay, next is Grady Incinerator. Alright, so here we can get the Ring of Fire skill for the Fire Bellows. It's pretty nice.
Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Ceylondia. In all seriousness,
so you need to defeat, I think, 72 peckers, the bird enemies, and get first prize with 8 seconds left. So let's see. We're on a timer of 30 seconds. Here we go. Just kill everything. And move. So right now, I went with increased range on the fire bellows. Oh wow, that went really well. This one was pretty difficult for me when I didn't have all the upgrades. I had 2 upgrades when I did finish it. I went with more range and damage over time. I think the increased damage is actually better, and I think both those upgrades are on the left side. We could check. Let me know if you want me to check. Right, so here we get yoink, something foul, something sharp, and the Ring of Fire.
Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash?
You know, it's a good question, Rucks. Guess it's principle. I don't know. And last but not least is Mancer Observatory. So this one, I'm honestly not sure, even with a fully upgraded Calamity cannon, that this will be easy. Because it's not easy. You have to have very key positioning, and you need to be willing to be blown up in your own explosions. So, yeah. And if you need to stop walking after picking up the Calamity cannon, trying to move into proper position, use the shield, because it'll stop your walk animation. Okay. Right now, we've got faster flying, and I think a 30% larger explosion radius. Yeah. Various things that really, really help. But this was much easier with the controller, in my opinion. At least when the controller was auto-targeting correctly. And yeah, once there was no auto-targeting though, I would say this would be more difficult. Anyway, we're doing alright. Yeah. Awesome. So when I first did this, they got really, really close to these statues that were protecting behind me. And your own explosions can destroy the statues. That's very, very important. But sometimes you just gotta take one for the team and blow them up right before they get to the statues. And you can do that. And sometimes the explosions will not blow up your statues. Yeah, I believe you have to have all the monuments survive in order to pass this challenge. Let's see, I had 1 upgrade on the left when I did this challenge originally, and 2 on the right. I think, yeah, I made rockets fly faster on the left side. That way, it was more likely to hit those guys when you were lined up with them. So, we got the upgrade for this weapon, and for the fire bellows, and we also get Calamity rockets, which is pretty fun. It can also blow you up, I think, but fun.
If only the Mancers could have seen the kid playing around with their favorite toy.
Dude. Yeah, the Calamity cannon, it's hard to pull off well on the iPad without a controller, because so often the kid will auto-target debris that is right in front of you, and with the Calamity cannon, that just hurts yourself. Yeah, pretty often. Anyway, those are all the proving grounds. Do you viewer? If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I am planning to show at least the other type of ending, I think. We'll see. Let me know if you like that or not, because I will probably not be able to just leave Zulf, but I will leave Zealandia forever.